right across the country, from Donegal to Dublin to Dingle.
We're taking no more stress from Europe or the government. We have to get to the streets because we're not being listened to.
A movement is growing, an inspirational movement is developing, the scale of which we haven't seen in decades. After 5 years of austerity, of VAT increases, of universal social charges, education cuts and health cutbacks, a tax on social welfare and disability services, finally, people are standing up and saying no. Enough is enough.
The only way we will get change is by taking the power back. And today we are taking the power back. From this day forward, the power is in our hands and we will keep going. Thank you.
This movement has been unleashed in opposition to the government's new, latest and most savage attack on working people, the new household charge and septic tanks charge. However, this latest attack has finally given people the opportunity to have a direct impact. All over the country, everywhere, people are standing up and saying that they will not pay. And here's some of them.
No, I'm not paying this charge, can't afford it. Only a pensioner, no way.
I pay the household tax because I paid enough stamp duty as it is when I bought the house, and it's an unfair tax, everyone paying the same. And with the water rates coming in as well, it's gone up to about €1,500, so I won't be paying it. No.
I'm not going to pay because I'm paying enough already, and I'm definitely not paying this. I am very definite about it.
Don't want to pay any more taxes, can't afford them.
No, we're not going to pay the tax because it's an unfair tax coming straight from Brussels to pay the bondholders. It's not going to do the people of Ireland any good.
Because it's totally unfair. It's like it's only 100 this year, but it could be 1,000 next year, and people haven't got the money to pay that. And this government is acting like a right-wing dictatorship, the way it's threatening people, whether it's the dole or household property or whatever else.
Do I look as if we're going to pay it? Not a hope. There's no hope, and I hope everybody else in the country has the same kind of idea. Stop putting up with this nonsense.
This government claim that the household tax is going to go into local services, that has been proved now that it's a lie. 170 million is going to be collected from this household tax. It's not going into local services, it's not going into our parks, it's not going into our lighting, it's not going into our street scape. So we have to nail this on the head now. It is an absolute lie. If anyone's any doubt, 1.25 billion was handed to unsecured Anglo-Irish bonds recently. This is going to pay the bondholders and the bankers, not for our public services.
The government are lying to us. They say it's only €2 a week. We know that's not the case. It's going to increase. It's €100 this year. It's going to be, in 2 years' time, €600 to €700. That's according to John Fitzgerald of the ESRI. On top of that, we're going to have €500 to pay in a new water tax. Look, people are struggling. We can't pay and we won't pay.
So what can we do? We're saying, don't register, don't pay. We're engaged in a campaign to build mass civil disobedience. Already, meetings have been held across the country, building the campaign in every local town and village in every county in Ireland.
Well, non-payment isn't just about making a protest. You know, the whole idea of boycotting something is a strategy that's been really effective in the past. And this is a strategy for victory. We're going to boycott the household tax, not register and not pay. And if hundreds of thousands, 600,000, 800,000, if 1 million people refuse to register, how are they going to prosecute people? How are they going to track them down? 1 million people? They couldn't cope with it, their court system couldn't cope with it, the civil service couldn't cope with it, the tax would be defeated.
Mass non-payment can make this charge uncollectible. Of course the government know this and are hoping to intimidate people, frighten people into self-registering. The way they're doing this is by threats of imposing fines of up to €2,500. Let's be perfectly clear about this. Once the deadline of March 31st passes, what will happen is nothing. For the government to move to the next step, they would have to first take and initiate court proceedings against people. They've got to find us, know who we are, and issue a summons. There is no way that anything other than a tiny minority of people will be ever brought before the courts. It would simply take hundreds of years to do otherwise. Are they really going to try and pack the courts with decent PAYE taxpayers, pensioners, people on social welfare, when not a single senior banker or politician or speculator has been brought to justice? Well, should they be so foolish as to take that step we can guarantee that nobody will go into court alone. Court appearances will become days of public protest when people from towns and villages will come out to stand by their neighbours, and we will demonstrate that we are the majority. Our campaign is one of justice, and we won't allow the courts be used to intimidate ordinary people.
Get a membership card from your local campaign or contact our hotline 1890 989800 or nohouseholdtax.org. There is a donation of €5 which we ask for to cover for the huge cost of posters and leaflets, meeting rooms, etc., and also to get necessary legal advice, which will be important. Please get actively involved in your local campaign, and if there isn't one yet, we can help you to build one. The campaign can provide leaflets, posters, window posters and copies of this video to help you get started.
This tax is part of an unending war against ordinary people, an attempt to make us pay for a crisis that even Enda Kenny admits that we are not responsible for. Not only is this unfair, it's not working and it's destroying the basis for our economy. The only way for us to stop this onslaught of cuts after cuts is for people like you and me to say enough is enough.
The government have made a fatal error by taking on 1.8 million households all at the one time and giving us the chance to refuse to pay. They've given us the ideal situation where we can now fight them, we can now beat them, we can win this battle.
So really, they're the ones with the problem. We can beat this, we're the majority. Hold firm, don't be intimidated.